Let's consider the truth today that God is gracious. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, starting in verse 9, Paul writes, "But he said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. For the sake of Christ, then, I am content with weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, and calamities. For when I am weak, then I am strong.'" Boasting in weakness is not something that's intuitive for people. Men and women throughout the centuries of human history have always tried to operate from a place of strength, put on a good face, to use personal ability and wisdom to live, to do, to provide. But as we see so often in the Christian life, God's wisdom is so far beyond ours. It goes so far. It's so much greater than ours. It's incomprehensible. And we see this truth then, that in weakness we are strong because God's grace is sufficient. Because through his grace, his power is made perfect in our weakness. We read the same idea in Jeremiah chapter 9. "Thus says the Lord, let not the wise man boast in his wisdom, let not the mighty man boast in his might, let not the rich man boast in his riches. But let him who boasts boast about this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord who practices steadfast love, justice, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, declares the Lord." Don't boast in the things that are strong or mighty or rich in you. Instead, boast in your weakness. Boast in knowing the Lord. Reflect on your life over these last few weeks. How has your weakness come to light? In what ways have you considered the truth that you are weak? Let that draw you to God. Look to his grace. His grace is sufficient. Where you are weak, he is strong, and he will come and give you grace, give you strength for today. Look to his grace. It is sufficient for you. Rest in his grace today.